This is a little bit of a different meeting today. I called Tim on my way during my trip for Thanksgiving, and I came up with an idea, asked him if it would be okay. And the premise is that we all get tested throughout the year, right before the season begins, and then there's no testing. And then I know that Ryan Hagan with the SOA would do some questions throughout the weeks leading up to the season. And so I thought maybe I'd mix them up and do the same thing, but a little bit different. Maybe have a quiz with 5 questions, 5 easy questions, and we'll have them every 2 weeks. And we're going to start with some easy questions, and throughout the year, months, we will have a little bit more difficult questions. And just so you know, this is a collaboration with Tim, Matt, and Sean. I'm sorry, Matt and Ryan. We all met a couple of days ago. We had a nice little meeting, and kind of making sure that this works. So this is kind of the beta. And again, I reached out to Ryan Hagan just to make sure that his association could possibly come into this meeting, and maybe we can share the thoughts together. If this works out, then it'd be great, because then we can expose other associations as well, and not just 1 or 2 associations. If this works out, I plan on sending everybody an invite for every 2 weeks, just so we can have a quiz together and see where the discussions go from. Go ahead. So I'm looking for Tim to see if he's here, and he's not here just yet. Not a big deal, but hey, we will go forward. So what you're going to find is I'm going to send out 5 questions. And you got a couple minutes to answer them. Again, they're easy questions. Go ahead and put in, you mark it to multiple choice, 5 questions. And I'll be able to see how many people have submitted their results. Again, at the very end, you got to submit your results, okay? Don't just click and think you're done. Click and submit at the very end. If you're on a phone, you can do the same thing on a phone. So let's start.
Hey, Angel, just want to add, you'll see the first question, then you got to scroll up to get the other questions, and then the submit buttons at the end after you've answered all 5 questions.
Yes. Yes, there's going to be a bar, and you take that bar and you just bring it down.
And it's anonymous too, right, Angel? It's
yes. Sorry. Yep. All the results. Listen, I'm not a tech guy. Once I delete it, I'm sorry, once I end it, it's gone. So yeah. Okay, let's start this. I'm gonna launch it right now, and you should see these questions come up. So take your time, answer the questions. So we have 74 participants and 0 have submitted.
Okay.
Angel, where's the test coming up at?
Does anybody not see it?
yeah, it popped up on
It's on mine.
Yeah.
John, are you on a computer or on a phone?
If you're on a phone, you need to click on more, and then you can get to the quiz. That's an option.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm on the phone. All right,
Thank you. Yeah, on my iPhone, it just came right up.
Angel, I'm not on a phone. I'm on a computer and I can't see anything.
Is your computer made in 1974?
It's a Chrome.
I don't know what to say, Scott. I'm sorry.
Scott,
can't-
did you say it's a Chromebook?
Yes, Chromebook.
So if you don't have the Zoom app, then I imagine that this would be showing up as a pop-up. So go in the web browser, like URL page, see if you can enable pop-ups.
Okay, we got one person that submitted, 2 people submitted. John Florentino, Ryan says on your phone, slide your finger and see if it's on another screen within Zoom. We have 10 people who have submitted.
Hey, Angel, is there supposed to be a video on for question 5?
No, it's just a picture.
Yeah, I don't get any picture.
Hey, Angel, it wouldn't allow me to submit it. It kept saying there was an error code, so I don't know what to do there. I tried about 4 or 5 times.
I had the same thing, but I kept hitting submit, and it finally took it.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So yeah, so far,
I got out
Angel
of
did
it.
the same thing for me.
Yeah,
Like
just
5
get
times.
out. If you'll go to close on the poll, and then go back into the poll on the bottom of Zoom, like where you can hit more, or go back into the poll, it'll allow you to submit it the next time. Because mine was, I tried multiple times until I had to get out back then. It does save your answers for you though.
That
So
did
far-
it. Thank you. That did it.
thank you, Aaron. So far, we got 54 of 78 people have submitted. So far, the test has been going on for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. And I know that some people have come in a little late.
Yeah, I just don't see any picture for number 5, so.
We have a 50-50 chance.
Yes, you do. Like I said, I'm not tech savvy. I didn't know how to put a video. I would love to have put the video that picture came from. Craig, can you give the directions again if you're on a Chromebook, please?
I don't know if this works, but typically Chromebooks do not allow outside apps. So if you don't have the Zoom app, you're likely viewing it in a web browser. So just make sure that you have enabled pop-ups in your web browser.
Hey, worst case scenario, Craig, maybe you could share your screen, like, so everybody could see the quiz questions, like, once
Well,
everybody can or something.
Ryan, I would, however, what it tells me is the information, like for question number 1, it tells me how many, like 66 people have submitted, and it tells me how many people have chosen A, B, or C, or D. And so it's overwhelming, you know, as at least for this question 1. So people probably, you know, look at that and say, oh, it's probably that's the answer.
Couldn't Craig share his screen though?
Yeah,
Show
that's,
the questions with all the data?
yeah, like, could somebody share their screen that hadn't submitted yet?
Hold on, let me allow people to submit. Hey, Craig, can you submit your questions?
I've already submitted it, so let me go back and see if I can reopen this.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it through my phone. I'll get some feedback though, I think.
I can't get it to work. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna do here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna listen to them. I can't do this shit while I'm riding down the road.
All right. Well, look, 71 out of 79 people have submitted. So again, this is kind of a test. I'm writing all the issues that we're having. So good. I think what I'll do is I will end the poll now. Is anybody still trying to do the quiz before I end the poll? No? Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. We got 71 out of 78 that have submitted, and let's end the poll 8 minutes after the test is started. Okay. Okay, so the poll is ended. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold on a second. I'm going to share the results, and so that we can talk about it. But I'm going to share the results so that you guys can see. You can take about 30 seconds to see which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. Here we go. You should see if it's in green, you got the correct answer. If it's in red, you got the wrong answer. So I'm going to share this for maybe another 20 seconds. So you can go through it.
Angel, as the host, real quick, could you just mute everyone? So just in case anybody forgot to mute themselves?
Yep. I will do that. You know what? I saw how to do it the other day. Well, how do you know? Here we go. There we go. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing now. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to show. I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, apparently I gotta sign in again. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, everybody see the quiz? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. All right. So you are allowed to get off mute if you need to make a comment. But the question was, wrestler A earns 4 near fall while attempting for a fall, commits an unnecessary roughness call. The answer is D. D. Why? Because you stop the match because he is the offensive wrestler. He cannot continue to try and get the fall because he's the one that committed the unnecessary roughness. You give him 4 near fall, a 1 unsport. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be unnecessary roughness, and a possible recovery time. Recovery because if something were to happen to the wrestler that he cannot continue, it cannot be injury time. It would be recovery time. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that? You can see that 87% of you got it right. Any questions?
I'm glad you explained what the UC was because I was having trouble with it.
Sorry. Last minute, we had to change some things. I forgot to change the acronym. Okay.
Angel,
Angel, yes, sir.
What if the match is 11-0?
You want me to go there?
Or we could have Bricker answer it.
I will go ahead. Bricker, you want to answer it since I think anyway, I won't put you on the spot. We'll answer it. So good. Thank you for the curveball. All right, here's what we I think if Tim is on the phone, maybe he can support this answer. Okay, so if in fact it's 11-0 and you have 4 near fall and that is that unnecessary action occurs, remember that the book does say that, hey, the only way you can lose is through a flagrant misconduct. However, you want to give this simultaneously, right? You want to be able to say, okay, we have 1 unnecessary roughness and 4 near fall. That way the score will be 15-1. Because remember, that guy has the right for a recovery time if in fact he needs it.
Angel, one thing that is very important, and it's what I did wrong, was I came up and I awarded the 4 points, and then I awarded 1 for unnecessary roughness. And the correct mechanics would be, just like you said, to award the illegal or unnecessary roughness first and then give the 4.
Well, the reason being the points were earned, but they weren't awarded yet because you're allowing the offensive wrestler to go for the fall. However, he committed an illegal act before the points were awarded. That's why the 1 point is awarded first.
Yeah, so you just want to make sure that, and I believe from our discussions with Tim, I think he's going to get some of that verbiage fixed, if I'm correct, with Chuck Barbie. I don't want to speak for him, but I think that's what we're going to do. All right. Second question. In the second period, wrestler A drops down on B with 1:50 left. I should have said left. Then again with 1:35 left, and again with 1:10 left. Correct answer is A. Wrestler A is called for stalling for repeated drop downs. Right, because he's dropping down repeatedly, right? Any other questions there, Matt Sarachinsky, to throw me off?
No.
Number 3, anytime a wrestler in the neutral position exposes their shoulders to the mat at any angle less than 90 degrees beyond reaction time must, we got 94% right, verbally announce the neutral danger signal. Right, we have to be able to announce it first.
Yeah, and a big point out here, it's beyond reaction time. So as soon as a guy crosses 90, we don't immediately start a count. We allow the dust to settle, we allow for reaction time there, and then we start a count.
Yeah, and if I could add, it's not that we don't want to give the visual signal, but by rule, what we have to do is we have to announce it verbally, or else we don't have neutral danger by rule. So-
And if you have two-man mechanics, if the head official does not see it and you see it as a second official, you can announce it. And that, so that if ever goes to video review, it was announced.
Which allows you to get it right if you didn't get it right in the moment.
Correct.
And Angel, on that also, I believe as long as you announce it, you may have been actually a second or two late, say you're 2 or 3 seconds late. As long as you announce it, if it's reviewed, you can still count the entire time that he's in that criteria, I do believe.
I believe that is not the case. Correct. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong, but it goes from the time you announce it, because the person, the individual that's at 90 less than 90 degrees has to know that he is in danger.
Okay, let's double check on that, because I think we talked about that last year. I can't remember who all, but might just confirm on that for us.
I'm writing the notes down. I will confirm as well. And Craig, before you send this out, let me confirm that first, so that when you send it out, it will be on the email.
Also, there is one scenario where neutral danger is not called if both wrestlers are feet to head, correct?
That happened, that actually, when they're both on neutral danger.
Yep.
Yeah, ironically, that happened to Matt. Matt and I were at the Nationals 2 years ago. I remember that. And he was on one direction. He called neutral danger, but the other guy on my end was in neutral danger as well. And we called it off. We never had to go to video review. We just called it off. Just writing a note here. Okay, number 4. With 2:45 left in the first period, wrestler A is given 2 for a takedown. However, as a second official, you do not agree. How should you communicate this to your head official? Show the head official the fist hitting each other signal, showing your disagreement. I have no idea what that's called.
Nope.
Wait until the period ends and let him know that you do not agree. Since it's a D1 official, let him do his thing. Make the timeout signal to stop wrestling after the head official makes a takedown call. So the answer is A. I don't know if you remember, but him and Mike Haggerty came up with this signal, right? It's not the Friends.
Well, it's okay. I'm
It's
on
this
a
signal.
meeting, but that's fine.
Hey, Fred Frampton, please mute yourself. Thank you. So it's A. However, this came up, this brought up a couple discussions with Matt and Ryan and Tim as well. If you feel that you're 100% sure that that's not the call, we were talking about it just openly, and if you're so sure, let the official know, hey, wave it off. And you need to have that communication in the locker room, right? That's what you're going to do, so that you're not surprised. Because it gives the opportunity for the head official to actually make the right call if it does happen. For example, if you called it incorrectly and it's going to happen, but you just called it incorrectly by like 0.5 seconds, you tell the ref, hey, wave it off, then he can wave it off and then give the 2. As opposed to, okay, now we got to go to video review and then we take it off and no points are scored. Is that, Matt, is that right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to be a situation where you're 100%, because and also too, you can always go back and right. But if you're too quick, and I know Tim talks about this a lot, if you're too quick and you don't fix it immediately, and that gets challenged, like Angel said, and then they score the takedown a second or two later, they're going to throw the brick and they're going to play the game knowing that, it wasn't 2 when you called it and not going to get anything. And, that's what we're trying to prevent there. And again, just working together. But sometimes that's hard. I mean, that's easy to talk about, right? But, to put that into action in the moment is another thing. But, you may get things that are obvious, right? Don't wait. I mean, if you can correct it and you're sure, correct it.
Hey, Angel, you said that Tim and Mike made the announcement of the signal. When was this announced? When was this announced?
That was at the beginning of last year. Sorry, it's the begin.
It was the 2020-2021 season.
Yes, 3 years ago. Yep. Where they did this. We had fun with it because it kind of never came to fruition. But
So
anyway.
if it never came to fruition and was never spread amongst everybody, how can we have an answer on a quiz?
Exactly.
Question on a quiz that nobody knows about.
Well,
Exactly.
So exactly, again, I'm glad that you said that, because if you didn't, then it was on the video that you had to watch before getting approved to take the test. So if you didn't take the test or you forgot watching it, then I don't know what to tell you. But also, it's a time to be educated as well, right? This is a signal that he came up with. Again, it's not in the back of the book. Right? It's just, hey, how do we communicate? And so that's why we had the discussion where, hey, listen, that signal never came up to fruition. However, we still can talk to each other. We can still tell each other, hey, wave it off, or hey, I don't got that. Are you good with that? Whatever the case may be.
Do you?
I must have forgotten about
our
it.
head?
I'm sorry?
Should we do the signal over our head?
No, so the signal, okay, so here was the signal.
Okay.
Here was the signal. It's not over your head. It's this, okay? It's something that Hags and Tim came up with. And if Craig is correct, which I believe he may very well be, go to the videos, go to the archive videos on RefQuest, and you will see it because it was part of the video that you had to see before you took the test. Great discussion. Great. Thank you. The last one is, what is the call from this view? The answer is, this is no escape. I wish I could show you the video on this. But anyway, the guy does not escape, and he tries to reversal, and some things happen there. But anyways, hey guys, this was the beta test here. You can tell me what you think. I hope it was successful. I hope it was challenging. I'm sure that the next few tests will be challenging as we move forward. How much time did we spend here? We spent about 30 minutes doing this. It's something that I guess I thought that maybe could be relevant for a lot of us throughout the year as we move forward. And again, the test will get a little bit tougher.
Angel, can you send that video out like tomorrow on email so those of us that couldn't see the picture can see it?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Could you send that via email for those of us that couldn't see the picture or the video so we can at least see it? You know, some of us just guessed because we couldn't see it. So
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
could just send it so we knew what we were looking at.
Yeah, absolutely.
So speed change.
Absolutely. Yep. All right.
Still
So
speed trap.
part of some people are still, I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay. So that was again, it was a test. I'm glad you guys came up and joined me for it. I hope that you guys have joined us again in 2 weeks. I'm gonna probably introduce more associations for it. So I'm going to start getting into kind of some MSWOA business. But before that, I do want to share some things with everyone. There was a question on discussions with coaches after a match. And I wanted to take a stab at this with you because I did hear, if you haven't heard Pat McCormick talk about the professionalism of being an official a couple weeks ago, and I forget what media outlet he did it on, but it was wonderful. And yesterday he also spoke on the ICWA meeting about talking to coaches. And I wanna full disclosure here. Several years ago, a long time ago, I thought I was the shit and I was nothing. And when I made the call and a coach took me to the table, I'm like, what the hell are you? Why are you even asking me? You know, I'm right, you're wrong. It took me a while to figure that crap out. And again, probably got hurt for it. But anyways, there's always something that we as officials work on, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 things during the year. And if you don't know, I'll tell you that I worked on this for 4 years. I worked on what my attitude was on the mat with coaches. It took me for 4 years. Again, I wasn't that guy. I had to train myself to become that guy. So the question that was posed to Pat Fitzgerald yesterday was that, how do you talk to coaches? And it's kind of, you know, hey, keep it cool. When you walk up there and the coach is excited, you can tell them to, you know, kind of, again, I'm kind of telling you what he said. These are not my words. He says, hey, bring it down a notch. If you want me to be courteous to you and respectful, I expect the same thing, and just wait until he does. So, and thank you, Alberto, for that, for sharing. Alberto just shared it on the chat. But one of the questions that I was posed was, you know, what do you do when you have coaches that want to talk to you after the match? And I learned a couple of weeks ago at a D3 tournament, a coach approached me very well, very professionally. I spoke with him and I learned something. We just spoke about a call I made, and wonderful, great. I thanked them over and over again for having the discussion with me. But there are other times where coaches are heated, right? And one of the tricks I do is that I'm like, hey, coach, you know what? Let me go to the bathroom first, just so that I can take a time to think about what he's going to come at me with, and also maybe diffuse him just a little bit so that he's not coming at me pretty hot. And then come talk to him. But you're more than welcome to go talk to coaches when they want to discuss something. I found it in my career my career as an official. I think it's good to air out some things, especially coaches. They want to know what you're thinking, and they want to know your thought process, so that the next time they have you, they can tell their guys what to do, or maybe even how to approach you. So it was just a question that came up. I wanted to make sure I answered it on this, and we move along. Anybody got any questions regarding that? No? Okay. If other than MSWA guys, you guys can take off or stay on, it doesn't matter to me. It's not top secret. But again, I just wanted to find out, I want to make sure that everybody had this test and see how it went. So again, thank you. If you're gonna get off, then thank you very much, but you're more than welcome to stay on. And I only have one announcement, and that is that for the MSWA members, I know that this has been a long time waiting, but we are going to be sending out the ballots for elections for board members tonight. I've asked Bart I think he had a match today. I think he was the one that was asking. I don't know if he's on. Bart, are you on? Bart Welch?
Yes,
no?
I'm on. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So I asked Bart. He had a match tonight. I asked him to send out the election ballots at about 9 o'clock this evening, and you will have a chance to vote. There are 8 individuals vying for 6 spots. and they will, you have a chance to click on 6 people. And again, submit it so that we can get our board solidified. And with that, I'll ask for the last time if there are any questions. No questions. Fantastic. Again, I'm going to try to have this another test that I will make up. I'll work with a couple of other people as well, and it's in 2 weeks, and I believe it's on December 13th. I think that's a Tuesday. Yes, that's a Tuesday. And with that, everybody who has a match this week, good luck, have fun, God bless.